And today I'm going to introduce you to Eric Lindsey. He has a pretty fascinating journey into real estate. Yeah, he'll share that story, but he's an example of how to just do it. Anyway, with that being said, Eric, kind of give your history, what you used to do to what you do now, and I guess your real estate journey too in that.
Okay, yeah. So first off, Raju, thanks for having me. Once again, I appreciate you giving me the invitation to kind of share your platform. But as far as background, I'm based out of Kansas City, Missouri, wife, 3 children. And my career field, I still have W-2 income. I'm a trades person. So I'm a carpenter by trade. I've been in the industry for about, I'll say 15, 16 years. And that kind of led me down the road towards investing. And so within the trades industries, you face some downturns as far as layoffs, and those come pretty frequent unless you get somewhere really stable. And so long story short, I was able to land a really stable job, a really great job. Some people will call it the dream job, but soon kind of found myself facing some politics kind of things on the job. And I realized that, hey, the dream job wasn't so much of a dream after all. And so it sent me down a rabbit hole of really thinking outside of the box as to what would life look like outside of being employed, just in case, I had to make a pivot or termination occurred or something to that effect, or even a layoff. And so I started looking into the investment arena and soon stumbled into real estate. I started educating, got into the bigger pockets really heavy. And I had to settle in on a niche, and I nailed it down. I finally said that I'm going to get into wholesaling. It seemed like a really low barrier of entry. And I also liked how it kind of gave you that bedrock foundation as to being able to enter into any sector of real estate, because it showed you every perspective of it. You had to negotiate, you had to analyze deals, you had to network, and you also had to find really good properties to purchase. So went down that route, and soon I stumbled into another podcast, and it was for mobile home park investing. The operator of that podcast, he stated that if a person that was a listener of his, if we were to bring him a deal that he could purchase and syndicate, he would pay us out a referral fee. And so, long story short, I was able to get him connected with a 600 space mobile home park. When I spoke with the seller of the park initially, he was wanting somewhere close to 25 million bucks. And so I then paired the seller and the buyer together. 6 months later, I was paid out $125,000 for the connection. And it took all of 5 hours. So, that was a pretty decent wage, for 5 hours of work, having a wire hit my account for 125 grand. So, and that's kind of led me to where I am as of today. I went through the wholesaling journey and started doing pretty good volume. We was closing between 20 to 25 properties a year. And I soon realized that was a job. It was very transactional. It was like flipping houses and things like that. And it wasn't scalable. And so I made the decision, I need really to start buying and holding real estate. And so I ended up buying a park of my own, and then I end up syndicating a couple of parks, and that's where I am currently. I'm focused 100% on syndications between mobile home parks and also apartments. So the goal for 23 is to close 200 units, and so we'll see how that turns out.
Awesome. All right. Well, with that being said, I know you're kind of winding down on mobile parks before. I don't know how much of that is, but with that being said, like in your syndication or your business, who can you help? And obviously, who would you like to connect?
Yeah, so within my initial business, I would love to connect with other passive investors to give them some great opportunities as well, because with my background in wholesaling, I have a nose for good deals. And so like the property that we closed last year, it was a 78 unit mobile home park located in Tennessee. We locked it up, got it under contract for somewhere around 2.2 million. We closed on day one. We had it appraised at 2.8. So we walked through the door with about $600,000 in equity. And that's because I was able to get direct to seller through some of the wholesaling techniques that I've learned along the way over the past 4 years of operating a wholesaling company. And as far as people that I would like to help, I would like to help aspiring syndicators, individuals that have W-2 income and they either are looking for financial security through, passively investing in real estate, or either looking to get out of their W-2 and go full time in real estate as an active syndicator. So I love to help guys with W-2. I've got a special place within my heart for people that are kind of doing real estate as somewhat of a side hustle until they go full time.
Awesome. So yeah, I'll be posting, Eric's info. So as you said, if you're looking to, go full time or passive, connect with him, especially in syndication. Now it's both, mobile home parks and multifamily, right? Normal apartment complexes, right?
Yeah, so I'm really focused on apartments right now, but with my background and my track record of having the experience within the mobile home park arena, I kind of be shooting myself in the foot if I didn't take down those kind of opportunities, or at least kick the tires on some things that kind of cross my desk.
Gotcha. Yeah, but main focus is apartment complexes. Awesome.
Yes.
All right. So Eric, I guess I know what inspires you to get up and do what you do every day based on our conversations before, but kind of share with the audience, I guess, like what inspires you to get up and do what you do every day?
Yeah, so my family is my number one motivator, just making sure that they have a brighter tomorrow, and that their needs will be met. I've been in places where I couldn't provide for them very well at one point, and I just want to make sure that everything is kind of set up for them. But also I want to help other people that are in similar situations with that W-2 income. I really want to give them some hope and shed some light as to how people can really do deals within real estate while having W-2 income. And the more that I go down that journey, the more I realize that it's a real credible thing that most individuals and most operators, most syndicators, and most business people all together, they started with W-2 income and they had a hobby or a side hustle that they eventually was able to go full time into. And so that's kind of my concentration. I really have a passion for helping guys and gals that are, have W-2 and they're kind of doing some other things on the side as a side hustle.
Awesome. Great. Well, you've had pretty good, very, that's high level of success in wholesaling, now into syndications. Obviously obviously had really good success in mobile home parks, now onto apartment buildings. Well, I'm sure you have a lot of tips and tricks. I mean, you probably shared one tip, in the initial intro, but we'll ask him a different one anyway if people didn't realize what the tip was. But kind of share your tip. That has helped you, that can help others.
Yeah, I love Warren Buffett. He had a really great quote that he made, and he said basically he took advantage of the great opportunity that he had. And he mentioned various different things. He said that because he was born in a time that he was born, and because of his gender, it gave him many different accessibilities and resources. But if he didn't capitalize on those resources, if he didn't take advantage of that moment, it could have passed him. And so what that says to me is you really have to capitalize on opportunities when they present themselves, because there's a really small window. And a lot of times we can not take advantage of opportunities when they're staring us in the face. And we don't really know how many more opportunities are going to be coming our way that's going to be that good. So we have to become really good investigators and be able to identify great deals, great opportunities when they present themselves. So if I could share one great piece of advice, is really be a great person at identifying opportunities and take advantage of them rather than missing out. Don't get so aggressive that you're jumping on bad opportunities, but you have to become a great opportunity finder and capitalize on those great opportunities.
That's a great tip. Yeah, I mean, obviously real estate is all about that, right? Finding that right deal and doing it. If you don't do anything, then it doesn't matter at that point,
Yeah.
Obviously, yeah, same thing. The other advice is just don't jump on every deal you see.
Exactly.
Due diligence. Awesome. Great advice, Eric. All right. Again, thanks for coming on the show, Eric. And I'll be sharing Eric's info. Reach out to him. He also has a great podcast. So if you're a W-2 guy and trying, doing real estate and showing other people, he loves to have those kind of people to share that info. So reach out to him in that manner too. And yeah, I'll be sharing his info so you can connect with him however you want, whatever works out for you. Again, thanks, Eric.
Okay. Well, thanks for having me once again, Raju. Looking forward to connecting down the road.
Sir.